workspace now, and I decided to incorporate Chong playing time with streaming time. But my day at work was pretty good, actually. I don't know what happened, but my DON felt so bad that I was crying that she let me work with my best friend at work. So I got to be with my best friend Carol, and I didn't have a bad day at all. And somehow I got more money. I don't know how this worked out, but it was pretty epic. I liked it. And yesterday, though, I guess some of the big things that I did was I was playing around on Snapchat because I think they're interesting. I don't know why, I just do. You see kind of weird stuff on Snapchat. But anywho, I'm over in Snapchat, and then they have all these different packages you can make. So I was allowed to share it to the Chong group. So then I figured, and then I was allowed to share it over here. It's a copyright again, but technically it's from my page, so I don't know if it helps me or not. But it was fun anyways, and I enjoyed it. I bought another set, and it's the royal drama thing, and it's really interesting, those pictures. I might even do a reel with it. I probably am. But I was a lazy bum again because I didn't make a poem. Somehow I figured that since I had a little extra time, I would be able to stay awake, but I didn't. I fell asleep. Sometimes I get very lazy, especially just dealing with all the issues and just finally getting a normal schedule at work. I just feel like I'm readjusting from war. Because sometimes work can be war. It's the war we have every day in our lives. Drama llama follows you. And it's not the work that bothered me, it was the drama in units. Especially like when you work in units. I don't It's like you get these off the wall things and just these crazy people. And then you got to work with these guys all the time. So, just to get out of the drama, I had to move from I'm going to literally have a new assignment every day or just work with my best friend. Because I'm very specific who I work with. Because some people are just, I don't know, they could be just awful. And with me being sick and getting better, I just didn't feel like dealing with it. But I think that's the worst thing about work. You can't control who you have around you. And sometimes you get the worst person in the world. And you have to see them day in and day out. To me, I just feel that I don't know. It would be horrible. It's just horrible. I don't even know who I'm sometimes dealing with. I'm very specific about things. I always have been. I'm specific about my spots, how I have my bed. That's why I love Sheldon on Big Bang Theory so much. Because he's just wonderful. I love how he's just so intelligent and stuff. I like that persona, and I can identify with him. I have specific bathrooms I use at work, and I do it at every job I'm at. Oh, okay. I don't have a question yet, but I do it at every job I have because there's certain bathrooms I don't like if too many people are using them, and I like the cleaner ones. So I figure the cleaner ones are better, and then a little spray hand sanitizer on them, and then you don't have to worry about germs. And I do worry about this with every job I'm at. But I do my job thoroughly, but I always have a good cleaning job because I cannot stand nasty. I can't. And I have to, if it's cluttered, I have to clean it. And it's crazy because I do this all the time. Today I worked on an assistant living unit, and it was crazy because I was like looking at their rooms. I didn't like their beds. I was stripping them down. I stripped down like 10 beds and then made them. I can't stand looking at nasty. And I think this is why they always give me what I want, because I personally can't be in the room if it doesn't look a certain way, because it gives me the creepy crawlies. And I can't have creepy crawlies, so I just try to sanitize the area that I have to be in. I guess it comes down to that. This is why I sometimes have problems with restaurants. But I guess since COVID, restaurants, I guess they got to use gloves and they have all these health code stuff. So I don't know. Okay, let me see what I got here. What? Are you from India? Is that what you're telling me? I don't know. That's what I'm seeing. Oh, good. You're taking a nap. Look at that, child. We'll go out in a little bit, all right? I promise. We were out till like almost 4 o'clock. Wait an extra hour, then we'll go out. It's 85 degrees, Chong. Oh, me? I'm from the United States. Oh, it's Chong. Thank you. He's a rescue. He didn't have a home and he was really young and he had issues, and I don't know, his mother was being abused. There was a lot of issues, so I had to nurse him, I guess. So I used to put out like vitamin D milk with some of this stuff, but I got him really young as a rescue, and now he's my service dog. It's really weird. It's like we see eye to eye. I literally know when he wants to go outside. I know what he's thinking because he cocks his head a certain way. So they kind of, because I have depression, they just literally just let me have Chong, and he is a good dog. My friends say he acts more human than dog, because I don't have him around other dogs, because sometimes other dogs are, I don't know, they're just kind of aggressive. I'm trying to teach him not to bite, and these dogs, they go and they do their play biting, and I never introduced that in his training, so I just don't have him around dogs very much. But he won't even nibble at a dog. It's really weird. Yeah, I guess I am literally his mother. I don't know. I've dealt with it even when I was really happy and I wake up upset. I don't know. I've had it even because I had a decent childhood. My parents had a decent amount of money. It was just a lot of times I'd be depressed for no reason all the time. I would be always going to psychiatrists and these different things ever since I was a kid. So, I mean, I shouldn't have been depressed when I was younger, but I was. It was weird. What? Oh, yeah, it is. I mean, I know my parents had dogs. My dad was in the military and stuff, but he did all the dog training. We always had military dogs. And my dad's passed, so, and my mom's passed, so I just didn't know what to do, so I just treat him like I would my kid. I never ever hit him when he was younger. I would take his toys and I would put his toys in the cage because I thought it was really inhumane to just take a puppy and just put them in the cage. But if you put their toys in the cage, it bothers them too. So he knows when he's bad, I just take his toys and put him in jail. And I always thought it'd be better. Yeah, and people thought I was crazy because I treat him like a child, but I feel if you train with violence, they're going to respond with violence. So that's how I feel. I mean, there was an occasion that Chong was, because he's a male dog and he's big, and he did nip at me, but it's not like I could take a bite. It's not a big deal. I could take pain, but I didn't hit him or anything. I literally put him in the cage for like 3, 4 hours, and I let him out, and he never did it again. But I feel if I would have hit him because he did that, he would bite again. And people are so weird about dogs biting, but then they play with them and allow them to bite play when they're younger. I feel if that wasn't a practice, that it would be a lot more friendly dogs. Because I've done the opposite of what normal people do for training. And since we're an apartment, I give option two with his potty. Instead of getting mad every time he goes outside or, has an accident, I have like this little mat. I went and bought it from Walmart. It was like 10 or 15 bucks. And it was in a pet section. And then I put one of those dog pads on it. And if he really has to go, I let him just do that. And I've noticed when I don't make a big deal about it, but he has to wait for me to clean it up all the time, that he does it less and he holds it more. And I've never hit him. But I get it. There might be an occasion where I'm at work and he just has to go. Because my friend from work, she told me when I rescued him, I was like, I kind of know what to do with dogs, but I don't know about some things. But she had a German Shepherd, and she said, don't make the bathroom a big deal. She said eventually they get it. So I kind of like this option too. I feel that gives dogs kind of like it stresses them out. If they know that maybe they ate something or their food didn't agree with them as much, I feel that, maybe they just got to go and they can't sit there and call us on their cell phone. So I feel if dogs had an option too, the world would have less cases of abuse because, I mean, he's pretty good at it. The only time I've yelled at him and caged him a little bit was when he, like, sometimes he pees outside the pad, but I have like tiles, so I just clean it up right away. So it's not too bad of a deal. But he went too far. But that was the only thing. So, but I feel it stresses them out. And they're like little kids. I mean, I guess some of the bigger dogs that are really smart, I was told they get to be like the smartness of a 10-year-old. But the thing is when we treat our children like that. The shock collars, I really don't agree with because I feel if I know they're popular, but I feel that they just kind of get immune and they think it's okay and violence is okay when you have these kind of collars on. And I just feel it's inhumane for the dogs. I really do. And some people, they're just, I don't know, they're just weird about it. And maybe I can get it for military dogs or stuff like that. But I don't think for domesticated dogs, regular for people, it kind of shouldn't be allowed. But I could see for police dogs. Because the training, some of it seems kind of mean, but I've heard that the police officer can choose to have either a shock collar or the spiked collar or the St. Lawrence, but it's up to the police officer. So sometimes the police dogs, there's very few officers that actually choose the shock collar, from what I hear. All those people that, because we know a lot of cops. So, and I guess most of them don't choose that. They just usually get the prong collar with the sides. Because I guess if you do get a prong collar, if you get the ones that go straight, those are the most harmful. So police dogs usually get the ones that are sideways. And generally, the trainer will fix it for you. And they can take out prongs and put them in for you. That's how I got Chong's, because he goes and sees a trainer. But if you just buy those and you don't put them together, and if you don't really know enough about them, you can actually, a lot of dogs have had to get neck surgery because of it. When the police dogs and stuff get them, a trainer puts it on them. And then a trainer monitors them also. Because you gotta watch all that. So, I guess long story short, because I go roundabout sometimes about things, is that if we would just apply when they're puppies, like nonviolent practices, I feel it would be better. Instead of when they're babies, if they're just cuddling up and doing something stupid, if you just put their toy in the cage, they're sad about it, but they didn't get put in the cage. They just know it was taken away from them. And I feel like when you have your kids, because I did it with my kids, that they sit there with their toys or whatever, and then you take it away. It kind of helped me and Chong bond better, I want to say. Because he kind of, we know each other's moods, and I talk to him a lot. I'm not going to lie. Because sometimes you get stressed out and you're in the house and your dog's just laying up on you, looking at you like he's looking in your soul. And I just start talking. And I think that helped. And I started these streams because when I'm not home, Chong likes to watch Chong the dog. This is literally why I started this channel. It's crazy why I started it. I had nothing about being a superstar or nothing. I just did it because I figured if I had nobody that watched it wasn't a big deal. But I know my dog could watch it. So I like to do the live streams with him walking, because when I had to go to work when he was a little tiny puppy, he got a lot of the YouTube videos I'd have looping with the dog TV. And he would watch the virtual dog walks while I was at home, and he thinks it's cool to see him. But sometimes he doesn't mind watching these live streams too. But literally, this is the whole reason that I did all of this. And it's probably crazy. My kids think it's crazy. But it's kind of fun now, and I really like my groups and I enjoy them on Facebook. I actually got 3 new members. I was so excited. I did a video because they joined my Chong group, but I was excited because sometimes people don't like to join groups on Facebook because they people like they let spam and all this crazy stuff through. I don't. I actually, with my group settings, since they're kind of smaller, I'm able to control what goes in and out. And I generally just share people's posts. But they let me share my Snapchat, and sometimes they let me use that for a reel. And it saves me a lot of editing time. It really does. I like it a lot. Because sometimes, you're on the go. You're in the middle of going to work, and God knows where the dog takes you. And the easiest thing to do is just go on Snapchat and do a video. So that's what I have been doing. That's how I get some of these reels out. So, and I've been trying to, now that my writer's block's done, now that I have less problems at work, I'm probably going to be starting to do more of that because I need to write more. I know I've been having a lot of stuff going on, but sometimes you got to get to your main focus in life. I don't know how if you guys feel that way, but sometimes you have all these life goals and you're just like, I got to get to this list done and this list done. Because you realize after, really, it's after 25, I guess. Anything after 25, it's like your list of possibilities starts dwindling. So I like to work on these lists of things I like to accomplish through my life. I know it sounds stupid. Everything's on a damn list. I just like I enjoy organization. I can't stand when closets aren't unorganized or there's too much of anything. And I want to say my one of my favorite places to go is a library. I've always loved them. There's something about a library that is really nice. I think it's the peace and solitude, and then you can read all the stuff. I was watching on YouTube yesterday. It's something society. Oh my god, I can't think of their first name. But it's all these scientists. And they were talking about how plastic is getting on the bottom of the ocean to the Earth's crust, and I guess instead of having it vent out, it's heating up. And they had a damn good argument over there. They really did. And I was like, wow, because I know that there's these volcanoes that are going off randomly under the sea, but it's heating up and having this lava kind of move around a lot. And I guess they were showing the exact spots where lava and stuff was coming. And it kind of scared me. I was like, wow. I really don't want to die like the people in Pompeii with that that famous statue of those people kissing as they were being literally burned alive by lava. I'm not trying to live this, so I don't know. Oh, get out more. I probably do need to get out more. But I don't know. I don't even. I work a lot. I got Chong. Me and my brother think about going on vacation. I want to go to. I'm thinking of Gettysburg. I really like Gettysburg. It has such rich history, and we only need like 600 bucks. So that's really not even a lot of money. So I wanted, and I was thinking of maybe doing. It would be fun because I could try to do a ghost hunt. I mean, I don't know how horrible it'd be, but if it was horrible, it would just be like a B rating. Because ghost hunters, they're so organized. They really are. I've been watching them for years. And then the UK ghost hunters. Some of them, I don't know. I know that there's no way that things can push you. I mean, things could, I don't know. Maybe that they say electricity, but I don't think things could push you. Some of those shows I'm not sure about. But ghost hunters, they're pretty damn organized, and even if they are fake, they're interesting to watch. So I was telling my brother that if we went to Gettysburg around like the spooky season, my favorite holiday, Halloween, love Halloween. Maybe like September, like the end of September or something, they have the best walks, and maybe I can stream around there at night and see if I could pick up any orbs and stuff. And I wanted to try to actually buy some equipment and have a YouTube Ghostbuster. And I mean, it could be just camera things, but if not, it would be funny to try to debunk. Because I know I was in Gettysburg once, and they said there was a lady in the window, and nobody seen it and all that. We walked away because somebody died in the house, yada yada yada. People die everywhere. But we went back and we were walking around to some of these shops, and I go back there and I seen something in the window, but it wasn't no beautiful lady. I seen it kind of reminded me of just a really weird, distorted face, and it was in front of the window. But as we were walking back to the hotel, and I tried to take a picture of it, and I wasn't even thinking about it. It was weird. And then I thought it might just be my mind playing tricks on me. And sometimes, we all have that, but it was weird. I got like a chill by my neck even before I seen it. It was weird. But there's a lot of stuff in Gettysburg. It's supposed to be because there's the 10 most haunted places in the world. And I think it's like number two or three. That battlefield is incredible. It really is. The battlefield, me and my ex husband and my sons were there. And it was so funny because none of us smoked at the time. And we smelled cigar smoke. And it was so weird. And then we kind of heard a rustle of something, and we all just looked at each other. And it was like a moment like, oh, we don't know what happened. I'm thinking one of these multiverses that usually have the past and present, and then it's called, like, I don't know. I've been studying and trying to make sense of it all. But it's in quantum physics that when you have one moment, there's a past and present to the moment with choices and paths. And they're saying that this could be a thing because now with this telescope, they're saying there's a possibility of wormholes now. And wormholes, they say, could like kind of mess up time a little bit, even. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of really, they got a point. They really do. So, but I do think about these things all the time. And it is kind of crazy to think about that these things are out there. But I think that's kind of what happened to us. I think we walked into one of these, and they say when you go by, it's like deja vu when you step into one. I think we just stepped into like a piece of time, and we just literally passed through, and maybe literally that was in that time passage, that's where it was, and then we were looked over. And they've had a lot of books about things like this. But I honestly think that's what it was. I don't think it was spirits haunting things. I think there's a lot of residual stuff, and it has to do with time based. It was such a traumatic event. Sometimes things and events, they go in like a clock because it was so powerful and embedded, it takes time to kind of go away. And sometimes if it was really horrific or really terrific, it doesn't go away, at least for a long while. I'm sure eventually it does, but I guess that's pretty much where I'm at with that. Because I feel that everybody should try to understand stuff, and I do think people's brains. I'm convinced with because I've been studying and reading these books about the brain, and then I've been studying about all this Antarctica stuff and all this space. They say right now we're in the society group I was listening to yesterday, where our planet is now where we get like space dust. And I'm wondering if the space dust goes in our oceans and stuff, which it is. They say it is. Eventually, we're eating the animals that are in these oceans that have the space dust going. Maybe certain chemicals come in certain people's brains after so much time, and they're just different. Maybe some people pick up signals better. I'm thinking. I've always been a little bit of a mad scientist. I don't know. I love to think about these things because honestly, it's out there. And sometimes, it's weird that we're just sitting in a vast void of space, and we're able to function and stay close to the earth, and a lot of the planets aren't inhabitable for life. We are lucky. We're very lucky. Alright, I don't think I have anyone else. Oh, okay, I don't have no one else yet. Okay, but and then, anyways, all these people I listen to, I feel that they say if there's more awareness for things, like and they were saying plastic, but maybe there can be a answer to plastic. I don't know. Maybe we could be smart enough to figure out this plastic situation, because I guess with these bottles that's going in there, I mean, maybe there's a way the earth could just, I don't know, they can just melt or something. But then if you think all of the elements from those elements that made plastic is gonna fuse together and make another element, if you think about it, or an element we already have. So that could be a problem too. So I don't know. These things, I do think about these things a lot. So this is, now we got a little toy here. What do you want, Chong? What? That was broke. He loves this damn rope. Here, you guys can watch him play his rope. He always stays right by my feet, too. He cannot be away from me. He gets very upset. He's just now adjusted to me going to work. You know Daddy don't like when you're playing with it when he gets home, so get all your chew time in now. Sometimes you hit him in the head with your chew toys. What? What? I love you, Chong. You're a good boy. I know. You're a good boy, Chong. All right, Chong. Alright, I'm just playing tug of war till I get a question here. Alright, Chong, you're hurting me with these nails. We gotta get them. Ouch! Cut 10 Wednesday. Stop. I hate how sharp your nails are. You're hurting me. I can't do this, Chong. I can't. I can't. No, let it go. Chong, your nails are too long for me to deal with that. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it. Play with it by yourself. Those damn nails of yours. I'll be so happy when they're not so sharp. What? Are you done? I don't know what he's doing now. Oh, where's he at? Oh, he's back here. All right, Chong. What? I'm not walking around in 85-degree weather. I'm not doing it, Chong. You almost died going up the street. You were huffing and puffing. And you want to go outside. You could go around the building. That's it. We're not trying to go around town. They have a heat stroke. This is what Chong does. He has me go around town while he's having a heat stroke. And he keeps going. And he'll keep going. And he never stops. I've never seen a dog so determined in my life. Around winter time last year, we're walking down because he won't poop where we live. he has to go down the street for these all these different spots. But anyways, we're over there in all these different spots, and I guess he got a little bit of salt or whatever from the snow, and he was limping, and I was worried, and he kept going. And I called my friend Jody, and she came and picked us up. I had to literally lift his heavy self up into her car because he wanted to still walk home. He is like a soldier, this dog. It's crazy. It really is. He is something. I've never I don't know. He's a one of a kind dog. He's really not afraid of thunderstorms because when he was a puppy, we were up at the park and this thunderstorm came by and gave me a look. I kept telling him it was okay, and we run to the pavilion and all the rain came down. And he looked scared for a minute, and I told him it was okay. And then since then, he will walk through a thunderstorm. He really will. He does not fear them at all. Not at all whatsoever. It's crazy. But my husband will complain. He was like, it was raining and Chong just kept going. He don't care. And he really doesn't. Chong, what? We're going out in a little bit, okay? But since it seems like a dead time, I am going to probably just try to come on later. I think alright, but I'm just gonna let this one go because I'm gonna wait till everybody's done eating and stuff. I feel everyone's eating, so I'll be back after everybody gets done eating. And have a good day.